Hello, I'm San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephan. Thank you for joining me for this week's DA News. A gang member who violently murdered an innocent 18-year-old was sentenced to 67 years to life for that brutal murder. 18-year-old Junior, as his family called him, was an innocent person, just out doing his thing, not a gang member, a bright young man with a future, when this 37-year-old gang member murdered him in cold blood, thinking that he might be a rival gang member. It is absolutely unacceptable that some neighborhoods are facing this gang violence. This case dates back to 2015, and the case and the trail for the killers went cold. Sometimes in gang murders, people are afraid to be witnesses. And with this, the families suffer. They don't only suffer the victim's loss, but they suffer the fact that there is no one that's been brought to justice. We continued to fight. Our district attorney's office, prosecutor Robert Ekret, investigators worked with National City Police Department, and we were able to find out the identity of the killer and to bring him to a jury trial where he was convicted and then sentenced. This is a small measure of justice and peace that we were able to bring to the family. This is a heroic family that continued the legacy of their son by providing mental health services to families and people that suffer from trauma from violent loss. Also in 2016, Raymond McLeod murdered Crystal Mitchell, a 30-year-old, and left her dead in an apartment complex in San Diego County. We went after this killer. We issued a warrant and charged the case. It was a strangulation murder. And the U.S. Marshal are owed a huge thanks because they discovered and stayed on the trail and found him in El Salvador, where they arrested him with the El Salvador authorities and brought him to San Diego County. The victim's mother, a former police officer, Josephine Wenzel, never gave up and did everything to keep this case alive. So we begin now the criminal justice process. Remember, we are here for you. If there's anything we can do to help you, just reach out, and I'll talk to you next week.